Hello everyone, welcome to another session in Golang. In this session, we'll understand what are the arrays in Go, what are the slices in Go, what are the different possible operations that we can do with slices in Go, how we can add values dynamically to a slice, what is the slice behavior when we add values dynamically to it, and finally, we'll understand what is the difference between an array and a slice in Go. So let me quickly start with array. So as we all know what the array is, but let me tell you here. So array is nothing but it's just a numbered list of elements of same type, right? When I say numbered list, I mean that it is indexed. That is, everything it will store will be stacked based on FIFO, and the index will always start from 1. So, and when I say the element array is an element of same types, that means array can be of only one type. Either it can be an integer, either it can be a float, or it can be a string, similar to etc. Now let's come to the syntax of the array. Now the syntax says, it says name of the array, right? Then here, length of the array. Now here, data type, of which data type we want to declare the array, and then the values. This is optional. We can have it here or we cannot have it. So this is the just the syntax of the array. Now let me quickly declare and initialize an array for you, and let me show you how we can declare and initialize the array in Go. So I will say arr. Now I want to declare an array of length 3. The array should be of type string. Now I will say it will print A, B, and C. Now I want to print this array fmt dot println, and now I want to print the array. Let me quickly show you. You see, it has printed the array. It is of value A, B, and C. Now, just before that, I've told that array should be of the element of the same type, right? What do you mean by that? What do I mean by that is, now here I'm declaring an array. I'm saying that array length is 3. It is of type string. So it has to be a string. You can say A, B, C are string. Now let me check here. If I want to initialize a value 1 to it. So it is giving me an error. It says cannot use one untyped integer constant as a string value in the array of slice, because since this is an array of type string, so it is expecting a string value, and 1 here is the integer value. The same error I will have here as well, cannot use 1. So that's what I mean by elements of the same type for an array. Now, array can be single dimension and the multi-dimension in Go, but here, since it's a basic concept understanding session, so I am explaining the single dimension array here only. Now, let me quickly come to the slices. Now, what the slice is? Slice is an reference to an array with that has a variable length. So what do I mean by the variable length? That if I have declared a slice that is of 5 element, then I will be able to add 6th element to the slice in Go. Though the same cannot happen in array because it is of a fixed length. So let me quickly tell you what do I mean by that. So first let's quickly look into the syntax of the slice. Now the syntax of the slice says, it says name of the slice, then it says this, then data type, and you can initialize here values. Now you see this part is left as blank. That means now we are declaring a slice, or we are declaring and initializing a slice. Now this part is optional because we can either declare a slice like this and add the elements later, or we can declare and initialize the slice at the same time. So this is basically the syntax of slice. There is another syntax of slice using make that I will tell in some time. Let me quickly remove it for this time and show you here. So what I am doing here is, if I will do it like this, and I will say it is C. Now you see, I have declared a size. Now here I have not given the length. That means this is a slice. If I have specified the length here, that means it is an array. Now, since it is a slice, let me clear the output for you and show it to you. Now I'll say the output is same. But now what's the difference? Whenever I will declare and initialize a slice like this, right? This means this is a slice. So whenever I do this, so Go will actually create an array internally and will cut down a chunk of the array as a slice and provide us with the slice to use. That is why we call a slice as the references to the array, because it is an actual array internally, and what we are working with is just a reference to an array, and it's a subset of an array that is actually created by Go in the memory. That's why we are calling it as a slice. Now, let me talk about one more declaration type of the slice, or one more syntax using make for a slice. Now, what that syntax says is, it says name of the slice says make. Now, this make is an inbuilt function through which we can make any type, not only the slice, but here I'm just taking a reference of slice. So what I will do here is make, then T type. It is the type that we want to make, either slice, array, integer, string, whatever it is. Then the size, and then the capacity of this. Both of these are optional, size and capacity. I'll show you programmatically of how the behavior changes when we change these things. Now, let me programmatically show you of how we can make use of it, and how we can declare a slice using make, and then how we can push values to it, pull values to it using a make statement. Let me quickly remove it. Now here, instead of declaring a slice like this, what I will do is you make use of a make statement. I will say make, and within make, I want to create a slice of type string. Now, the capacity or the size should be 5 and capacity should be 10. So this is how I have prepared my slice. I'm saying that I am making a slice. The type of the slice is string. The size of it will be 5 and the maximum capacity can be 10. But when I say the maximum capacity can be 10, this simply means that it does not mean that it cannot go beyond 10, because the slices are dynamic, as I've explained earlier. So I'll explain you that as well. So, but this is a minimum length that we are capacity that we are specifying here. So I'll show you programmatically in some time, right? Now, so this is optional and this is also optional. I have told you previously. So if I do not give this, now what will happen? So first, before that, let me show you here. I'll say length of slice is, and there is an inbuilt function called len for, actually it's an array, so it will be slice of an array, SARR, just to have it spelled correctly. Now I will say capacity of slices. Now to identify the capacity, there is a function called cap, right? Now, what I'm doing here is I'm declaring a slice of type string. I'm making a slice of type string. The length of the slice is 5 and the maximum capacity can be 10. So let me clear the window for you. Now let me run this. So it says the length of slice is 5 and the capacity of slice is 10. Now what if I do not give this value, or I do not give the capacity? So in this case, what Go will do is it will automatically add the capacity equal to the slice, or equal to the size of the slice we have given. So here what we have done is we have given that, okay, I want to make a slice of type string. The size of the slice will be 5 and we have not given the capacity. So internally Golang will take, okay, since the size of the slice is 5, so capacity as well will be 5. Now let me show you programmatically here. You see, it says length of the slice is 5 and the capacity of the slice itself is 5 here. Now, there are three more main important points about slice. Let me show you here. So first is the index. Second is the length or size. Third is the capacity. Index always starts from 0. Now size always starts from 1 and capacity always starts from 1. So we have to keep this in mind always while working with slice or an array. So it's actually both the same thing. Now, what are the different operations we can do with slice? So we can add an element to a slice, we can remove an element to a slice, we can add slice to a slice, and we can remove slice from a slice. Now, let me show you programmatically here. So uh, let me quickly remove it and let me copy it, and here I'm just trying to bring back the other thing. Okay, so I'm saying I have declared a size slice of type string. It has element A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now, in the next thing, now I want to add an element to a slice. So first, let me print this. Now, I will say ARR equal to, there is a function called append to add an element to a slice. I'll say append H. Now here, let's do it like this, and I will print here. Now what I'm doing here is I have a slice that has value from A to G. Now I am printing that specific slice, and in the next line, I am adding an element called H to this size, and now I'm printing the slice after this. So this is called adding element to a slice. Let me show you programmatically. Let me first clear the window for you. You see, now this statement, when this executes, it has printed A, B, C, D, E, F, G till here. In the next line, we have appended an element H to this slice. Now, when I print this, it is saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, right? Now, let me tell you how we can remove a slice from a slice. Now, Yuji, my slice has become this. Now let me tell you how I can remove a slice from a slice. Now I'll say slice subset equal to, I'll give the name of the slice, and then I will say 1:4, and I will say slice subset. Now what it will do is, from this specific slice, since I'm working, the operation is on this ARR1 where H is included. From this slice, it will pick the slice starting with index 1, that is 0 and 1. It will go till 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what it will do is, it will pick the value starting the index 4 and will go till index 4, and it will pull that slice. So basically it will slice the slice or cut down a further slice from the existing slice and print that. Let me show you here. You see, now it's a 0, 1, 2, 3. Now here there is one thing that we can look into, or we have to look into. You see, 1 is the first index, that is B. Second index is C. Third index is D. Now, since we are giving 1 to 4, so it is not including the fourth index. That means whenever we try to cut down a slice from a slice, so the first part that we give is inclusive and the last part is exclusive. That means the last index will not be included ever. So the last index is E, it is not included. When we say index 1 to index 4, that means we will have values starting with index 1 till index 3, right? Now, there is another thing to it. Let me do this another kind of operation here. I'll say it's a subset 1 and it's a subset 1. Now, what if I will not give the ending index to this while cutting a slice, right? Uh, I'll say cutting slice from slice here, right? Now, if I do not give the end index here, so it will assume the end index to be the end of the size, length of the size, or the end of the slice. So what it will do is it will start with index B and it will go till the edge and it will print B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Let me show you here. You see, it is saying B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now, what if I do not give the first index and I say go till 4? And this is slide subset 2. This is slide subset 2. Now, what it will do is, if I do not give the starting index, so what it will do is, it will assume 0 to be the first index. So what it will do is, it will start at 0 and go till 4th index. Now, let me show you here. You see, A, B, C, D, 0, 1, 2, 3. As I've told you previously, last index is exclusive. So last index is exclusive. So printed values will be till index 3, right? So now another main important point about the slice is, we say that slices are dynamic in nature, or slices are the dynamic array. Now let me explain it programmatically and analyze the behavior of the slice. Now let me quickly remove this and create a slice using a make for this. Now I have created a slice with the name of nums. I'll say okay make, and it should be a slice of type int. Now the size should be 4 and capacity should be 4. So if I want to make the size and the capacity as 4, either I can do it like this or I can do it like this as well. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm doing it like this. Now let me print here the size and capacity. Now I'll say fmt.println. Now length and capacity of the slice is, I'll say length of nums and capacity of nums. Now what I will do is, here is I will initialize an for loop with I starting then 0. I is less than 17 and I'll say I plus plus. Now inside this, what I will do is I will try to append nums comma I, and I will print the capacity. Now what I want to achieve here is, should you maze int for, okay, that is fine. Now what I want to see here is, so first I have created in the first 15th line, I have created a slice with a capacity of 4 and a size of 4. So now here it will print as 4. Now next, inside the for loop, what I am doing is I am appending the values to this slice one by one, and I am appending 16 values to this slice. Just before that, let me do one thing, nums. Okay, let's leave it. So by default, when I declare this slice, so the first 4 index will be 0 because the slice is of integer type and the values are 0. I will show you like this, fmt dot println, and it should be nums. If I will print it, so it will print 0, 0, 0, 0 as the values of the slice, and after the 5th index it will start appending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now here I will show you what is the behavior of the slice when we try to add the element beyond the capacity or the slice or the size of the slice. So how the slice behaves in Go. Now let me show you here. Now I'll clear the window for you. Now I'll run the program here. You see, now what happens here is, so first I have, in the first statement, I have printed the slice. It says 0, 0, 0, 0 because there are no values initialized for it. Integer, it's slice of type integer. So integer has a default value of 0, so it has taken 0. Now it comes here to the next line. It says the length and capacity of the slice is 4 and 4. Now when I started appending the values to the slice, so first I have appended one value. That means the length of the slice has become 5, but the capacity is still 8. Now again the loop comes. So I'm running the loop 16 times. So it says next loop, it says, okay, the length is 6, capacity is 8, length is 7, capacity is 8. Now length and capacity has become equal. Now as soon as the capacity has reached, or as soon as the capacity is reached to its limit that is declared. So what Golang will do is it will double the capacity internally. So what we can see here is here, as we can see the capacity here is 4, and now the capacity and the size has become equal. So it has doubled the capacity here to 8. Now same is here, the size and capacity has become equal, so it has doubled the capacity to 16. As soon as here, we can see the size as capacity has become equal, so it has doubled the capacity to 32. So that is the reason we say that slices are dynamic in nature, or slices are the dynamic array, because they increase their capacity and size on the runtime based on how we pass values to the slices, or how we are treating them in our program. And that is the, I think that's the reason why different Golang developers, whether it's a code for the Golang itself or code for Kubernetes or for Docker, they are making use of slices rather than arrays. Now, let's talk about array versus slices. Now, uh, I'll just theoretically try to explain you a couple of points, and then I will explain them programmatically. So slices are same as an array, but to be more specific, slices are the subset of an array or references to the array. Now, array is a value type and slices are the reference type. I'll explain this programmatically. Slice can be a complete array or the part of array indicated by the start and the end index. So whenever I declare a slice, internally it will create an array of the same size. Now, if we see Golang code, Docker, Kubernetes developer, everyone use slice rather than the array, since we can see that slice is dynamic in nature. I think that's the reason why they are using it. Now, slices are reference type. So whenever we pass slices as an argument to a function and make changes to the slice, then actual slice changes. But that's not the case with the array. Now, let me try to explain you via example here. So let's say, now this is the slice, I'll say SARR, and I'll not make use of here. I'll say it is slice of type string. Now I will say A, comma B, now comma C. Now I will first print it. I will say fmt dot println values before changing the slice. So I will SARR. Now just be a comma. Now I will write a function called update, and I will pass this slice to here, and I will say values after changing the slice are this, right? So update and this. Now I have to write the update function. I'll say func. Name of the function is update, and I will accept an SARR of type string here. Now here, SARR, I can see that index 0, index 1, and index 2. I will append index 1 with the value of Z here, and I will say, so basically here you can see that I have declared a slice. The values in the slice are A, B, and C. Now I'm printing that slice here. In this update function, I am amending that slice. Basically, I'm changing the value of the index 1 from B to Z. And after I have changed the value of the slice, I'm again checking that whether the change value of the slice is reflected or not. Now, why I'm doing is just to prove that slice is passed by reference, because slice is a reference type in array. So I'll clear. You see, value before changing the slice is ABC, value after changing the slice is AZC. So there is a concept of pass by value and pass by reference. I have explained that concept in my previous videos. Just check out those videos if you want to understand it in a deeper way. Now, if I will create an array by declaring it as 3 as of size, now arrays are value type, not the reference type. So whatever changes I'm making here will not be reflected because this is being passed as a value type rather than. So here, before changing the array value, before changing the array, value will be same, and after changing as well, value will be the same. Now let's see, it is before changing ABC, after changing ABC. So that is all about arrays and slices in Golang, and what are the operation, different things that we can do with arrays and slices. My recommendation will be to use slices instead of array whenever you program in Go. That is everything about this. There is more sessions to come in. Thank you very much.